Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, Kylie Jenner has launched a clothing brand recently called KHY, K-H-Y, I think. I'm dyslexic, so sorry. I would say it was unexpected, but it's kind of expected. Anything for Kardashians or Jenner's launch, you're kind of like, yeah, that makes sense. Whether or not it makes sense, you know, it isn't like it's totally out of the blue. And it launched very recently, actually, but of course, I wouldn't be making this video if it all went completely smoothly. So I debated whether to make this video for my other reaction channel, where I talk about non-beauty stuff, or here, which is like my makeup channel. And I kind of thought, you know what? I would have some fans of Kylie Beauty, that's what it's called, right? That might watch my content, who may then go to purchase something from Kai. You know, being a fan of her brands and everything like that. So I thought it would be better on this channel to reach the audience that could possibly go on to purchase her products, and it would reach that audience better this way. So that's why I've decided to put it on this channel. So then you can make an informed decision whether you're gonna risk purchasing any of these products. Before we get into this video, do consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and please leave a comment. If you don't know what to comment extra long legs, and you'll see why later in this video. So Kylie Jenner releases this new clothing brand, KHY. Some people super excited from seeing the concept, were really excited about this brand. It was kind of being sold as this high-end affordable brand, right? Focus on the affordable but good quality high-end products. And some other people were like, great, another Kardashian Jenner brand, or great, another clothing brand that we don't need, that sell mediocre clothes. Like, of course, when anything releases, you get a mixed response. You don't know who's gonna like it, who's not, you know? But some people are like, this isn't a good idea, not after the whole Kylie swim situation. Do you remember Kylie swim? She released swimwear. Let's start there. Let's go back to Kylie swim, right? Just for an idea of the attention to detail, or lack of, that Kylie can perhaps put into a brand. Kylie swim was obviously swimwear. So it was like bathing suits, two pieces. Her brand, let me just tell you this straight up, it has been over a year since that brand posted, so in my mind, it's gone. They're no longer doing Kylie swim. It's not a thing. The reviews for the swimwear are awful, really bad. Like it's almost like verging on joke. It's like Jaclyn Hill launched a swimwear brand. No shade, but we know everything goes wrong when she does a launch, right?
Today I'm going to show you the side-by-side differences between Kylie Swim and Skim Swim. Kylie Swim's bags are not biodegradable like Skim's are.
I just want to say too, a disclaimer, I'm not in favor of either of these brands. I just have seen some questions and I want to compare them.
This is like so important to me, but Skim Swim has 2 layers of fabric. I feel like with swimwear, this is like crucial. Kylie Swim is not lined, it's one thin layer. And if you look really close, it's actually see-through. You can see the Kylie label from the outside. Let's talk a little bit about coverage, shall we? Kylie Swim, Skim Swim. If we really want to get technical about it, we can line up the seams.
So the bikinis, tops and bottoms, weren't double lined. You could see everything. Completely see-through, completely see-through. When they were dry, imagine when they're wet. You know? People were saying, and I quote, bikini bottoms weren't covering both lips. They were that small. There was no like attention to detail in terms of like, fine, have a small bottom, but is it fitting well? Is it gonna keep everything in? Just awful. And it wasn't like it was a cheap brand. It was like $80 a piece. Of course, people that purchased the brand were disappointed. They were asking themselves, how could Kylie let this happen? How can people let this happen? How can they release such a terrible thing? We shouldn't be surprised by terrible releases in general, no matter who they come from recently. Like, who would look at these products, hold up a bikini bottom to the light, have it completely see-through and be like, oh yeah, these are great, you know? So Kylie and certain forms of clothing, let's say, don't go great hand in hand when it comes to the production of these things, quality of them, having a look at them and thinking practically, like, do people want their bathing suits to be completely see-through? You know? Not everyone does. So Kai launches, they boast about affordable prices and, you know, it being high end. And they actually launch and kind of, tease this really cool looking coat. This is a really beautiful looking coat. Jacket or coat? To me, it's a coat. Leather, fake leather, but has structure, has this really nice belt cinching in the waist. Looks beautiful. It's like shoulder to floor length, looks really cool, looks really stunning. The brand actually launched with 12 different pieces, so I think that's a good amount for like a first drop, to be fair. Some brands do like 5 or 6, especially when it's like celebrity endorsed or partnered with, but 12 pieces is a really good thing. That did include like gloves and stuff like that too. Despite the hype though for this coat and all the other pieces, of course Kai didn't exactly make, you know, great first impressions. We'll go through why, but it didn't do the best on launch day and when it came to people actually receiving their products. Like anything that a big celebrity launches, especially like after her lip kits that sold out instantly, right? Or, you know, even when influencers release a collab with a brand, sometimes they can sell out instantly. You have trouble getting on the website. Not with this though, not with Kai, not with a first drop at least. Well, actually not with any of the drops. But only 3 of the 12 items that launched sold out on launch day. And they were like the more affordable ones, and I think the jacket did as well. I might be wrong there. There was plenty left on the website to buy. No rush to buy it. There are a few more items sold out now on their website, but you know what? Let's take a look at the pricing of these products. So we had that big like leather coat. That was £205, which isn't bad. I actually think that's, if you're gonna go for a big coat and it's good quality, and £200 isn't bad. I actually think that's good. However, faux leather leggings, £105. Which I think if you're gonna pay for leggings that are faux leather, they shouldn't be £100. They shouldn't be, no leggings should be over £100. No leggings should be over £30 in my opinion. Next to it, you have a faux leather strapless mini dress, which is still in stock, as well as the leggings from recording this. It's the 11th of January. The same price as the leggings. That to me is a bit off, right? I feel like if anything, the strapless mini dress, £105, I get it. Leggings should be a lot less. The pricing seems off. This faux leather open back top, which is still in stock at this time, again, £81, which is less than the leggings? That doesn't make sense to me. Does that make sense to anyone? That doesn't make sense to me. Okay, in terms of pricing, this top has a few structural issues, which I'll show you a little bit later as well. Not really affordable, although affordable means something different to everyone, I guess. I feel like you still have, though, no matter how rich you are, no matter how much you think something is a good deal, you still have a general idea of what affordable is, right? Like affordable makeup, for example. We all know that drugstore brands are affordable because their lipsticks might cost £8, $8, $10, whereas a non-affordable brand which might do a lipstick for like £80 or $80. If you have enough money, even to spend, let's say, £100 on a lipstick, I feel like you should understand that £100 for a lipstick isn't an affordable price for everyone. I think we have a general universal version of affordable. And to claim all these products are affordable seems a bit out of touch. So people receive their products. It's not good. It's fine. It's okay, but it's not good. So we have the extra long fake leather trousers.
The first reviews for Kylie Jenner's new fashion brand Kai are starting to come online. I think we've learned a lot from this user Ruby's haul. She is 5'6". Even if she was wearing heels, pleather jeans are just ridiculously oversized lengthwise. 5'1", so I know a lot about that. This coat is an extra small. Scraping the floor, it's massive. Like, yes, it's meant to be oversized, but there is oversized and then there's just poor fit and quality construction. I'd say that the pleather actually feels quite high quality. I haven't touched them, I can't speak to that. Just from a visual aspect, corner cutting is evident.
Remember, like 125, was it 125? And they're not gonna fit you, and they're not gonna like fit anyone because they're like longer than your whole body. The main issue is these trousers, like why are they that long? Why are they this long? They're not that long in any of the shoots. And they're giving you like an extra knee, an extra long length. It's making you look like you got like, I don't know, hoofs. You know, it's a really strange fit. But they don't look like this on Kylie in any of the ads. And people were saying that as well. They were like, how is Kylie wearing these? Let me tell you something, right? From an insider perspective on fashion shoots, on editorial, and on videos sometimes as well, the outfits are always manipulated in a certain way. There's no way they take it right off the rack unless it's specifically made and edited and altered for the model. They don't take it right off the rack and just put it on and be like, ah, yeah, nice, you know? There's always like clamps on the back of dresses to snatch it in, on jackets, trousers, everything like that. There's safety pins in areas to tighten the neck. They're always altered to make them look perfectly fitted to the model that's wearing it. Especially on shoots. I've been on shoots as well where you know, people are holding up pieces of clothes and they drop them as the camera snaps to give it movement, or they've stuffed a certain part of it to give it more volume. I was on a shoot once and there were no clamps to clamp a pair of trousers, right? So they got a Coke can and shoved it down the back of a model's trousers so it pulled the front a little bit more. Things like that, little things like that. There's always a way to manipulate what it looks like. Unless it's runway, but they have fittings and everything like that as well. Also, Kylie has been seen using hip padding recently. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like a foam that you put under tights, but it's shaped to a certain part of the body. So you can put them on your hips. Drag queens use them a lot. There was a look that Kylie was wearing. You could actually see the padding being separate from her body. But things like that can be used during a shoot on a video. And no shade to using that method. I think that's a genius idea, especially to give that kind of silhouette, you know, that like hourglass silhouette, if that's what you want under that dress. I think it's a great way to achieve it. But you have to make it smoother by wearing more than one pair of tights, you know? But something as simple as just turning up the trousers on the shoot and making it look like they hadn't been, or even having a pair specifically altered and made for Kylie, could have been done for this one-off shoot. There was a bit of an issue as well with the launch of this and the theming and like the overall premise, I want to say, of the shoot. There was a designer called Betsy Johnson. She claimed, and I don't know if I'm getting this right, that whatever team put this together kind of stole the ideas from her. And Betsy is no stranger to the fashion world. She's a creative director. She's done work for like Gap, Yeezy. Creative directors are people who kind of like help put the whole shoot together, the theming behind it. Or like creative director of fashion, they bring the whole line together, or the whole shoot together, the whole show together. They're very creative people. So I believe that she's claiming that her and her team sent over this idea of a collaboration with Kylie, some clothing, 6 months before the launch of this one. And it was very, very similar. In fact, some pieces were identical to what she was proposing versus what Kylie launched with. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's what she was getting at. So there was that as well. But this wasn't the first drop for Kai. Kai dropped like 2 more things, right? The drop most recently, there's one in between, but let's talk about the one most recently. It was like basics. She's calling it sweats and tees, right? It looks like, do you remember when American Apparel used to do just basics? It looks like that, but it matches. So you have a red hoodie with red joggers and a red crop top, you know, and you can mix and match all these colors. But people are pointing out as well that in comparison to the first drop and the second drop, it's very boring, very bland, to a point where there's no branding on there. There's no like Kai logo, anything like that. It's giving drop shipped vibes, and comparing it to like any kind of like basics you can get in any store. Some people are even saying like they can find something really like similar on Amazon, and just like typing plain red hoodie into Amazon and that comes up. So this brand in like quite a short period of time has gone from this really structured, really quite heavy, like you knew the direction of, you got the theme, you know, you understood what a certain launch was supposed to be about, to a second launch that did actually really cool, like puffer jackets. They looked really comfortable, again, quite structured. Some of them had like this corseting almost around the jacket. So it was unique, it was different again, but there was a whole idea behind this launch. To basics. which actually even seems kind of out of season as well. To sum it all up, the whole Kai situation, the brand kind of didn't go as well as I think everyone was expecting it to. The designs, when it actually arrived, didn't go down so well. The different drops didn't go down so well either. The pricing was also not what people were expecting when Kylie mentioned affordable. But like, where do they go from here, right? Because is this it? Is this where we stop now? Now we have the basics. The idea, I thought, I heard somewhere that the idea was she was going to do different launches with different people, like different designers, collaborations each drop, which I think is a really cool idea. You get something different each time, but now we've just gone for basics that isn't tied to any designer. Is this like a easy way to kind of like leave the brand? Do they work on these brands and then just like drop them? It's like, oh, I made some money, we're good now. So before you go and purchase anything from this brand, check out a few reviews, look at the way it fits on people. I've seen loads of different people, all body types, trying on these products, and make sure you are happy with what you are seeing on screen. Make an educated decision on if you purchase it or not. All right, I'd love to know what you think the future of this brand is down below. Do consider subscribing. Like I said, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.